All right. And, well.
I hit the thing.
You hit the thing. You did the thing. All right. And welcome back to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I am your host, Cailin Clothier, and with me is my co-host,
Dara Whitman.
Yeah. And we are still on The Legend of Korra, Book 3, episodes 5 and 6, The Metal Clan, and Old Wounds.
By the way, question, was there really a metal clan? It just seemed like a city.
No, it's Zaofu, home of the Metal Clan.
Okay.
They're still a clan.
There is a clan, or
It's their clan.
Okay. Is it the people we met, or is it like there's actually a clan?
No, it's just like the people. Well, it's like a whole city, but
okay.
They're kind of, I guess, I don't know what constitutes as a clan, actually. Wait, now I have to look this up because I'm curious. Clan, a group of close-knit and interrelated families. So yeah,
okay.
It's like a family-run kind of city, so it's a clan.
Yep. This clan doesn't wear hoods, though.
No, wrong. This clan is with a C. A very important distinction. Yikes. Okay. Anyway, when we last left off, we had just left Ba Sing Se because Earth Queen was like, enemy of the state. Mm-hmm. And then Lin was very intent on taking Korra away because she needed protecting because those guys, those bad guys are after her.
You mean the Awesome Gang?
The Awesome Gang was coming her way.
Yeah.
But Korra is still determined to find more airbenders, even though a whole group of them just went to the Northern Air Temple. At the beginning of the episode, they're chilling out, and Lin's like, all right, we gotta get the hell out of here. Everything's in danger. Everything's terrible. And they're like, chill.
Lin's being very uptight.
So then Mako and Asami come in and they say, hey, we just got a notice that there is a new airbender in the city of Zaofu.
Yep.
Which is also known as the Metal Clan. Mm-hmm. And Korra is like, hey, ask Lin if she knows the place. And Lin is like, oh, no, never been there. Nope,
and
just
I'm
bad
like,
place.
Lin,
just nope, not suspicious at all. Just don't go.
Lin.
And she's like, just don't go. Don't go to Zaofu.
Lin.
But despite her protest, they go to Zaofu.
I have like a whole theory of what I thought these two episodes, not these two episodes, what this first episode was going to be, and it was nothing like that. Yeah, I'll talk about it at the end, but
yeah,
there was nothing like that. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because it sounds like something bad's going on in Zaofu, but really, Zaofu's a pretty cool place. They land. It's a gorgeous city.
Oh, it's so pretty.
The only note I have for these episodes is Zaofu is gorgeous, and I underlined gorgeous 5 times.
Yeah, kind of was there? Oh, Rivendell. Is it Rivendell? No, it's not. I've been saying Riverdale from Lord of the Rings. Rivendell. What's it called?
I don't know.
I remember the people from Lord of the Rings, but I don't remember the city name. Somebody tell me what the elven city from Lord of the Rings is called.
Yeah.
I think it's Rivendell. Or not Rivendell, because that sounds like Riverdale. Rivendell? I don't know.
Now I have to look this up. Now I'm looking this up right now.
I gotta watch Lord of the Rings again. Those are good movies. It shouldn't be that hard to look up.
No, it's not.
What is the elven city in the Lord of the Rings series called?
I looked that up, but it's not giving me a straightforward answer. Yeah, it's Rivendell.
Rivendell. See,
okay.
That's close to Riverdale.
Anyway. So.
Rivendell. Okay, so it kind of reminded me of that, except that one's mainly nature-y, and this one's metal-y.
Yeah, but it's really interesting because I think when we think of metal and the way we've seen metal in the rest of the series, it's very industrial.
I've always said
rigid.
If you get good-looking, if you can do metal stuff properly.
Yeah, but here
it can look gorgeous.
Yeah, but metal here is a very kind of utopian looking. It's very clean. It's very pretty. It blends with nature,
which is kind of
everything is very earthy in tone and everything, and it's just gorgeous, all around gorgeous.
That's kind of what was leading to my theory about what this was gonna be.
Oh, okay. Were you thinking a?
We'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, so it's a very gorgeous, very modern city. Everything feels super futuristic.
Yeah.
You made a Tomorrowland comment.
Oh yeah.
Which I like.
That was my other theory. It looked like Tomorrowland.
Yeah, except not as bad as the movie. Anyway.
Aww.
Anyway. So they go to Zaofu and they are greeted by a dude. his name's Aiwei. I don't think they mentioned it. And
I think they did.
Yeah, and then Lin is like, hey, just don't tell anyone I'm here. That's not suspicious at all. Just don't tell anyone I'm here. Thanks. I'll stay here. I'm not going. I've seen metal. Metal's great. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Here. Just don't tell anyone I'm here. And we're like, Lin.
Then Aiwei escorts Korra and the rest of them to go meet the airbender. So meanwhile, back at in Republic City, it's been a while since we spent some time in Republic City, I think.
Yes.
We are back on Air Temple Island, and we're getting introduced to some new airbenders. Iki and Milo are showing some new airbenders around. Then another guy, he comes all up in. He has kind of a weird, strange look about him.
He looks like untrustworthy.
Yeah, just the way the camera lingers on him. We're like
he talked to me like he talked like somebody who could be trustworthy but didn't look trustworthy. Yeah. So like I was thinking like we weren't supposed to trust him until like he did something to prove himself.
Yeah. Boy,
I was so wrong about this episode.
He claims his name is Yoru.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was just chilling, found out I could airbend, figured I'd come here. Not weird. And they're like, hey, new airbenders. Yeah, great. Back in Zaofu, we learn a little bit more about the Metal Clan culture, and they talk about Toph, who basically founded metal bending, and how that's so important for the city and just like earthbenders in general. But he's like, Zaofu, everyone is encouraged to live up to their fullest potential. Then so Bolin asks, hey, does Toph show up here sometimes? And Aiwei says, it's been a while.
So she's not dead.
She's not dead.
So only Sokka's...
That's basically the confirmation that she's not dead. I think I can safely say that now.
So only Sokka's not dead.
Sokka's the only one who's dead, which sucks.
Why is he dead?
Why can't we just, not constantly shit on Sokka in this series?
Come on. Don't people know that, Sokka was, one of the favorite characters? He wasn't just, a comic relief. He was actually, a dude who went through a lot. He kind of liked one girl, then met another girl who sacrificed herself, and then that was a thing, and then he got back together with the other girl who then got kidnapped.
Yep.
And, there was that whole thing of, he was fighting and gonna save the world, and then Azula was all like, hey, we got your girlfriend, fuck you.
Oh, my God.
Sokka deserves, granted, if he, ended up dying, a noble death, you know...
But they never really say.
I know.
It's never, made clear. It's very... I've said this in a previous episode. I always felt like it's very, purposefully, left vague. And that makes me very angry. Please just tell me what the fuck happened to Sokka.
Yeah.
Thanks. If we could just touch upon that.
You could say, he was in a battle or something, and he sacrificed himself or he got killed. Mm-hmm. That is a noble death. That is a well-deserved death. Maybe, if we could see, not a temple for Sokka, but a nice memorial.
He had a statue.
I think
he had a statue at the Southern Water Tribe Cultural Center.
Yeah, he show us what he did with the cultural center.
Yeah, and he was on the council at Republic City. But what does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
give Chris Hardwick some more work.
At midnight is ending, so you need something else to do.
Is it ending for good?
Yeah, I think it's ending. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
He's still got Talking Dead though.
True. Now it's just a show called Talking something.
Oh no, yeah, he just talks to people.
It's just
no, and he actually puts out the raw stuff on his podcast. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's married to a hearse. He's fine.
I feel like we've said that at least 5 times on this
I thought we said that twice.
A couple different times. Anyway, so we learn a little bit more about the Metal Clan, and then we we are met with this mysterious airbenders. We find their mother, who is in the middle of a dance rehearsal. So we get to see kind of metal bending used as more of
Cirque du Soleil earth bending.
Yeah, it's like Cirque du Soleil. And it's interesting to see metal bending not being used for fighting.
Yeah,
it's become a very artistic kind of thing.
Yeah.
And her name is Su Yin, but you can call her Sue. She's
the governor.
I don't think she's
well, she said she wasn't a queen.
The matriarch of the clan.
But her husband isn't the ruler. She is.
Yeah, she's I guess
she's not a. She said she wasn't a queen.
She's she's the leader, but they don't really have a formal government system. I don't think because they're a clan.
Cool. Okay.
I guess that's how that works. So anyway, Suyin's hey, great, nice to meet you. Oh, by the way, you're lying to me. And they're what? And she's you said you were alone here, and you're not.
You're hiding something. Which, like, and I had a theory. I was, like, kind of, like, thinking what, like, was revealed.
Yeah.
I was thinking, it's kind of like with we'll get to let's get to the reveal first.
Yeah, and so Korra's like, well, I mean, we came here with Republic City Chief of Police, so
yes, and she didn't want us to tell you, so sorry we lied.
And so it's like, oh, well, of course she didn't want to tell you because, by the way, we're sisters.
Da-na-na-na. So it's kind of like with when we met with Tonerak and Unalak.
Yeah.
Like how like they were drawn similarly.
Yeah.
So, and like
Sue
you
and Lynn are being related.
You could see them were related. So like Sue and Lynn were drawn like kind of similarly.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, are they related? Like by something?
Yes.
So it turns out they're not full-blooded sisters. They are half-sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Toph they're both of their mothers, but they had different fathers because Toph did not settle into a relationship. She just kind of did her own thing.
Yeah.
Screwed whoever she wanted.
Yeah.
Had birth control because she doesn't have a ton of kids.
Yeah. So, oh my, I love, this is, I think I'll wait till the end of these 2 episodes to talk about why I think that's so cool.
Okay.
I just wrote Top and I put a circle around it because I'm going to know what that means.
Okay.
So they go back to the airship. Suyin comes along and Korra's like, hey, why didn't you tell me that? I mean, that you had a sister?
Oh, yeah, and by the way, your niece is the airbender that we're going to get.
Yeah, your airbender is your niece. What the hell? Mm-hmm. So it turns out they haven't spoken in like 30 years.
Yeah, she's like 40 or 50, so like probably since they were like in their 20s.
Yeah, well, I think Sue is like 16. We kind of find out in the next episode.
Yeah, she's a teen.
Yeah, and Lynn is like 50-ish. So
yeah.
Anyway,
and Lynn's like,
yeah, and so Lynn is not happy.
No,
Lynn is not a fan.
No.
But they end up going back to their place, their estate, because damn, they have a nice house.
It's so nice.
It's like big. They're living in lap of luxury. That's all I'm saying here. And then Suyin kind of starts introducing them to your family. So she has
we got
2 younger sons who are twins.
She's got 5 kids.
She's got 5 kids in total. She has 2 younger,
can I give them my names?
Yeah, and then we have.
I want to give them my names.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so like we meet him later, but the oldest is the nerdy son.
So, yeah, we got nerd son.
Then we got the 2 twins.
Those are the youngest.
The youngest.
Yeah,
the twins.
Yeah.
Skrillex.
We got Skrillex,
and then Opal.
Opal's
the only one.
Opal's the only one deserving of a name.
I literally don't know any of their names. I only know Opal. I'm just gonna keep calling them the other names.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so yep, the 2 young sons, they kind of jocks. They invented a sport. The oldest is nerdy, hangs out with the dad, and then the next one is Skrillex. He's very artistic.
Yeah.
And he looks like Skrillex.
He's just one of those like annoying like hipster modern artists who thinks that like literally I went to I think it was in England, there was like this like modern art museum. It was literally just like a speck of paint on a thing and they're like art and I'm like fuck you. I have opinions.
So but we do meet Opal, who is
lovely.
She's adorable. She's voiced by Alyson Stoner, which I forgot about.
Oh, childhood.
Did that hit you right in the childhood?
Yes. I remember Mike's Super Short Show.
Mike's Super Short Show.
And then
Camp Rock.
Camp
Sweet
Rock.
Life, Zack and Cody.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's her. That's
good for her. She's also in a couple Step Up movies.
Oh, really?
She's a really
good. She's a great dancer.
She's a great dancer.
She's in that Missy Elliott video.
Yeah, she's a great dancer. Oh, it's adorable. Yeah, she's like our age, isn't she?
I think she's got to be. Hold on, I gotta look.
Or maybe even a bit younger.
I think she's got to be.
I don't think she's. Older. I think I'm older than her, but I don't think I'm older than her by much.
You are older than her. I am not. She is born. Oh wait, it was her birthday 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Alyson Stoner.
If you're listening, happy birthday.
If you're listening. You're now the same age as Dara.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she's older than me by like a month.
Yep, she's born in the same year as you.
Great.
Which means she's about a year older than I am.
Great.
That's too funny.
Get Alyson Stoner on the show. She sounds like she'd be an awesome lady. Woman,
That's so funny. I love how we got on this topic. Anyway.
So you brought out the nostalgia.
Yeah, I know. Because I forgot about that and I was looking at the cast list. And I was like, oh, shit. It's Alyson Stoner.
I think she voiced wasn't she a voice in Phineas and Ferb too? Of the girl?
Yeah, she was Isabella, right?
I didn't really watch. I watched Phineas and Ferb. I watch on occasion.
Yeah,
I like that show quite a bit though.
Yeah. I think
back to Elizabeth.
Anyway.
All the tangents.
So, Suyin is like, hey, yeah, great. Now you're here. Now you can train Opal. And then Korra's like, no,
can we bring her?
But like, all the rest of these guys, they're at, they are in the Northern Air Temple with Tenzin. Tenzin, great teacher. Great. I could take her on up there. And Sunyi's like, no. It's way safer here. Like, she has everything, like, family's here.
Which kind of led the important stuff more here. Of what I thought this episode was going to be.
Okay.
But it's not. Continue.
I want to hear, like, your whole episode synopsis of what you think this thing was. Like, scene for scene, like, start to finish. I'm really excited. But we'll get to the end of this episode. And then, so back on Air Temple Island, they're training with the spinning gates.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And most of them are failing.
They're failing. They're getting all kinds of knocked around.
Milo's taking...
He's saying, hey, be the leaf. And they don't even know what be the leaf means. Do any of us really know what be the leaf means?
Yaha means you're the leaf beneath the wind. And then you get stabbed by a ship.
Oh, you made me think of Firefly again. I hate you.
You like that show. Just that one bit makes you sad. Actually makes everybody sad.
It was such a crazy moment, though, that I really liked at the same time.
Whenever we put up that reaction, that was like my favorite because you were just like shocked and I just like had to hold my mouth and stop myself from laughing.
I know.
Your reaction.
I know I know that I have that power that you had. And now I have the power and I get to, and like when certain things go like, oh,
I'm going to get it back soon.
Oh, I'm sad. Anyway, so as they're training, this dude, we don't really know who he is, or do we? I'm sure like everyone figured it out. But, like I didn't know when I first watched it. I was totally thrown off because
I didn't
reasons. Because like I could not put like a face to a face. Anyway,
so I thought it was just gonna be like a one episode guy.
Yeah,
where like they were gonna like figure out who he is, just some kind of like dick bag, and then they're gonna defeat him.
Yeah.
Again, did not happen.
So Kiya shows up and she's like, hey, guys, all the airbenders, we're going all the way up to the Northern Air Temple. And so you want to go up and join them? And this dude is like, hey, is the Avatar going to be there?
And like, Kiya knows
something's up.
Something's up.
She's like, why are you worried about the Avatar?
That's why, like, I kind of wish Kiya would have said, like, yeah, she's with them. Mm-hmm. It'll be great. And then, like, could have like warned Tenzin saying like something's up with this guy.
Yeah, but Kiya like, says no, and he's like, "Oh, it's a shame. I really wanted to meet her."
Which is why part of me was kind of thinking like maybe he's actually a trustworthy guy, and we are just like saying like giving our standard just because he's bald does not mean he's evil. And he has like a scar on his eyebrow does not mean that a person's evil.
If we did episode titles, I would really want this episode to be called "Just because you're bald doesn't mean you're evil." That's going to be in the tagline. Actually, I'm definitely putting the tagline. Anyway, so,
although you should say spoiler alert, yes, it does.
Well, yeah. So back at Zaofu, everyone is eating dinner, and because they have like this super like chop level like chef there, who's a former pirate, by the way. Pirate! And so that's where we formally meet Batar, who is Suyin's husband. He does all the architect and engineering for the city, and also Nerd Son. So they're just like talking and stuff. Mm-hmm. We're getting all caught up and everything. And then we see we get a return of a character.
Yeah, we did.
Who returns, Sarah? Who came back?
Theric.
I love like watching your reaction to this because like he came in and I think it took you like 2 solid seconds to like react. You're like, wait.
Yeah,
it's Theric. Because you asked me if he was coming back, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe he's gonna come back. Maybe.
Yeah.
And you're like, where? And I was like, I don't really know where he's gonna come back. But here,
lying sack of shit.
Actually, I forgot the exact episode at the time, but I was like, I think it's in the middle city. Anyway. So
he's back after escaping prison.
Yeah, everyone's super surprised. They're catching up, and it turns out that after Theric escaped from prison, he connected with an old friend of his, Suyin Beifong, and now he's working to kind of help the city. They're working on magnets. They're trying to rejuvenate the high-speed line or something.
Yeah, because fucking magnets. How do they work?
Fucking magnets. How do they work? $1 million question. So Lynn is all kinds of pissed because she's like, oh, great, now you're harboring a criminal. And she's like, you haven't changed at all. And then Lynn just storms right on off.
Yeah, she does. She is.
So
mad.
So, like, during this dinner, we see, like, Bolin and Opal. They're kind of connected.
Yeah.
They're kind of connected. And later on, Mako comments, he's like, hey, I notice you guys got
I love this. Like, Bolin's brushing his teeth. Mako is gelling his hair.
He's gelling his hair. I love this whole sequence of Mako gelling his hair because he also like kind of gels his eyebrows. He got the shark brows going on. I love it. Because it's just, I don't know why it's there's
like not much Mako things so far in the season.
Yeah.
And every time he is, it's like either like an important thing or like just like to be goofy. Yeah. And I'm liking it.
Yeah, I do. Like Mako, Mako's way better in this season than he was.
Yeah, and like I love like a good romance and like anything, and I really like Bolin. He's kind of been screwed on romance.
Yeah.
Like he was into Korra, who was, that whole debacle.
Yeah.
Who turned out to be into his brother, and that whole thing made him sad. Mm-hmm. And then he's got Eska, who was crazy.
Yep. Then he had Ginger,
who was a slut.
A bitch. Yeah, and so
he's just not had luck with the ladies because either they weren't into him, or they're a slut, or they're crazy.
Yeah, but she's not a slut. She's just really shallow.
Ginger? No, she's a slut.
Oh, she's shallow.
No, we're gonna keep arguing about this.
We're gonna anyway. But this Opal chick, she seems nice.
She does seem nice.
She seems to like him.
Yeah.
Bolin's like, I don't know, she doesn't seem to be my type. And then Mako's like, I think give it a shot. And then Bolin gets those eyes where I'm like, stop, Bolin, don't go back to book 2, Bolin.
I'm like,
stay with us. Stay with us.
To be fair, don't go. He does go back to jerk Bolin, but only for about like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is like fine. It proves that like they're like actually, it seems like actually like a well written couple.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, but Bolin meets back up with Opal and he's trying to like impress her, but he's being very terrible. And she's like, "You're making me very uncomfortable right now. Please stop." And he's like, "Oh, sorry." But they have like a nice moment.
No, I like that because like she just seems somebody like, "Look, I'm honest. Like you're creeping me out," and she's like, "Why don't you just like be yourself?"
And he's like, "Wow. Amazing! What a stellar idea!"
Yeah. I really like Opal.
Oh yeah, Opal's nice.
She's adorable. Like she like seems adorable, but then she's also like seems like the person who will not take shit from anyone.
Yeah.
And it's nice, but it's nice about not taking shit from anyone. Mm-hmm. She's not like mean about it. Mm-hmm. Hashtag I don't know what their ship name is.
Bopal.
Bopal?
Bopal.
Oh, that's so cute.
In Avatar, the ship names are usually just 2 names, like.
Isn't that how it is in general?
Yeah, kind of. Well, sometimes it's like the 2 names squished together. Sometimes it's just like this/this, or this X this. And sometimes if you're certain fandoms, like some of the old
I guess I was thinking
are
about
like
that.
They make up completely new names altogether.
No, I think about like with Once Upon a Time, like the ship names are kind of like what they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. But before anything can romantic happen between them, Korra intervenes.
Ruins everything.
She's like, hey guys, can I just like borrow Opal for a second? And then they she hopes that Lynn and her can talk and maybe like settle everything down. Meanwhile, back at Air Temple Island, we find this dude. Mm-hmm. This dude, whoever this guy is. He's in Tenzin's kind of private study, and he's kind of looking around and everything. I really love the set design here.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Because it seems like a very traditional kind of temple setup.
Yeah.
Like something really very real about it. Like a very, like something you would find, at like an actual like monk kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's not like an altar, but it's like a whole kind of
like
thing.
A chapel?
No, I don't know, but it's very like temple-esque kind of setup, and I just like really love it because I don't think we get to see because it has like a very kind of almost religious feel to it, which we really don't explore enough in the Avatar world.
Yeah, but
I just looks so cool, and I just want to take a moment to appreciate that. So this dude he finds a locket, and it has it's written with writing poetry from Guru Lahima, whom we will hear a lot more about, I think, as the series goes on. Well, not a lot more.
Is he like a descendant?
No.
Aww.
It's like the poem that he wrote is something that we hear more about.
You keep ruining my theories.
Enter the void, become wind.
The leaf beneath the wind.
So Iki finds him, and he's like, hey, this is private. Get out of here. And he's like, oh, no, sorry, I couldn't sleep. No, just, moseying around. And then Kiya says, Kiya comes in. She knows something's up.
Yes, she does.
She knows something's up. And she kind of ushers Iki out of there. And she starts talking. She's like, hey, it's weird that you know so much about Airbender history, like Airbender culture. And he's like, oh, well, I really appreciate the culture. And she's like, and where are you from? And then he's being super vague. And then Kiya, like, pauses, and she's like, Zaheer!
And then fight!
And then they fight. And then, good.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming.
I know. I was so mad at first. I was like, how did I not know this was Zaheer?
Did he look
shaved
like...
his beard, shaved his head.
Yeah, probably because he was, like, so hairy.
Yeah.
And then, like, completely.
Yeah.
So, like, that might be it.
I know. I feel like everyone knew that. And then I was like, oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Comment below if you knew that was coming.
Yeah, okay. Well, be honest.
Be honest.
Be honest. Don't try to, like, outsmart us. Like, be honest here.
They're not going to be honest.
Or at least tell us, like, how far it took you to realize. Some might be, like, first.
I thought for some reason, like, he was, like, another, like, somebody who, like, admired the awesome gang, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like
I
some kind of follower or acolyte.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And then it's spent, like, half the time trying to get all their names.
Mm-hmm. But what throws me off is that, like, I guess, especially when it comes to, like, animated characters, I feel like we recognize them by their features rather than, like, their actual, like, body, like their additional features, like hair is a huge indicator, and like clothing. So like when you change that, I feel like sometimes for an anime character, you're like, who, what, but they did a really good job.
Did he have like when he was like all hairy? Did he still have that scar? Because then if I would have remembered that eyebrow scar, I probably would have said something.
I think he did, but
so yeah,
I didn't really think about it.
Giant fight scene,
big fight scene. Kiya can hold her own. She's pretty good at holding her own. She still gets kind of her butt kicked. But now I was a little disappointed because I'm like, Kiya, girl, your dad and your brother, airbenders, you should have seen some of this coming. You should have been able to fight against an airbender.
Yeah.
Out of like all the millions of people on this planet.
Granted, she probably wasn't expecting to fight that day.
Yeah.
So
she didn't like put on her combat boots in the morning.
I mean, no, because like sometimes like like when you're not expecting a fight, like you're kind of like caught off guard a bit. Yeah. So like she held her own, but she was still probably like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna fight this guy and not. Yeah. Pity does get away.
Yeah, he does. So then he ends up getting away. Even though and the White Lotus tries to get involved too, and that doesn't really work.
Yeah, again, I like it. We're just getting like droplets of awesome gang.
Yeah, and so Zaheer takes an air glider. And he gets the heck out of there.
To go where? Who knows?
Who knows? So back in Zaofu, Opal tries to talk to Lin and say, hey, I'm like, I know this can be hard for you, but like, hey, I heard a lot about you from my mom and from my grandmother. And like, I really want to be close and all this kind of stuff. And then Lin is like, get out of here. And Opal is upset.
She's a little more mean than that.
Yeah.
Like, she's being a meanie head.
Yeah, Lin is not being very nice here.
No.
She should be a lot nicer. Like, Opal never did anything to her. And then Korra's like, yo, what's your damage, Lin? And Lin's like, hey, my family business is none of your, something to worry about. Korra says some not nice words back to Lin, and then she leaves. And then Lin is crying.
Yeah.
She's sad.
Yeah.
She's sad. It hurts.
Yeah.
And that's where we end that episode.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. All right. Thoughts on that episode?
Do you want me to say what I thought this episode was going to be?
Please share.
Okay. Probably because, like, the last time we were in an Earthbender place did not go well.
Right.
I assumed this was not going to go well. Mm-hmm. So I assumed that, like...
Hey, Dara, not all Earthbenders, okay?
I know, but, like, I get that. I guess because, like, and also, like, the way, like, Lin was reacting, I felt like she did something, like, in that city, and, like... There was going to be this whole thing of, like, I think I kind of thought, like, my theory of what this episode was going to be, like, processed, like, throughout, like, probably the first half.
Okay.
So, like, at first I thought, like, oh, Lin did something in this city that, like, maybe either was, like, really bad or, like, not that bad. Mm-hmm. And then they were going to, like, arrest her, and then she was going to explain what she did, and then Korra was going to save her.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting plot.
And then, like, I thought she might have been, like, a rebellious type before she got, like, such a stick up her ass.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get to that later about that. And then we meet the Sue, and I honestly did think, like, yeah, like, she was probably Lin's sister of some sorts. And then for some reason, like, I thought it was going to be, like, a Pride and Prejudice kind of thing where, like, Sue was, like, supposed to be, like, the Wickham, like, and, like, so he seems really nice. Mm-hmm. And then Lin was going to say, like, you don't know, like, what this was. Like, here's actually what she's like. Mm-hmm. Turns out she's not a good person.
Okay.
And then, like, that whole thing. Mm-hmm. And then none of that happened.
Nope.
And, like, I just thought something bad was going to happen. And nothing really, like, I mean, obviously the stuff with Zaheer happened, but that's not the main plot. Uh-huh. So, like, nothing bad happened. Mm-hmm. And Susie is a lovely woman. She's not evil.
Nope.
Like, we learned about her past later, she's still not evil.
Right.
Lin, again, like, and this, I guess there's, like, a whole interesting thing, like, because I'm thinking, like, well, Lin's, like, a character I know, so, like, if obviously, like, something's not right here. Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. But then it's like, no, everything. She's just wrong about this place, and Lin's being a hard ass.
Right.
That was it.
Nice.
No, but I really liked it, though. Like, it went by really fast.
Well, as soon as the episode ended, we're like, oh, it's over.
Like, most of it was, like, really chill. There was some action, and it was, like, interesting.
Yeah.
It was just a good episode.
I think the Kiya Zaheer fight was really good.
Yeah.
And then it was a new place. It was a new location.
We got a nice romance blossoming.
Yeah, it was.
That is actually a good one for Bolin.
Yep, and Bolin wasn't a terrible person, so that
he was great. Okay. Again, he was for like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
and then Opal called him out on his bullshit.
Yep,
good for her. Mm-hmm. That's why #Bopal.
#Bopal. Yeah, bringing up those ship names. All right. But
as long as Mako's not in a romance.
True. But no, it's great. Like, we got introduced to a new place, got introduced to a lot of new characters in this episode.
Yeah.
We got to know
most of them I don't really care about.
Yeah, well, but the Metal Clan itself is just a really cool place. I think it's gorgeous. I think the characters are fun.
I just think, like, now, I guess, like, with the show, I just think, like, everybody's got, like, underlining, like, wants.
The show took away my ability to trust.
No, this show didn't do it. Every other show that I watched did.
True.
Oh, so many. Anyway.
But yeah. So I know for me, I just enjoy it. I love seeing these characters again. Getting to meet them all over again is always really fun because I just enjoy them. And yeah, that's it. Cool.
Yeah. So next episode.
All right. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the next episode, which is Old Wounds. Stay tuned. So we are back with the next episode, episode 6 of Legend of Korra Book 3 Change, Old Wounds. Nice.
Yes.
We get some flashbacks in this episode.
We do.
I'm really looking forward to some of these flashbacks.
Me too.
So it's kind of the next morning in Zaofu, and Lin is kind of nowhere to be found. Suyin is not really happy at her for yelling at her daughter. As
she should be. Like, that was uncalled for, Lin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was not very nice. It was very mean. You should apologize. So then the twins walk in and ask Korra if she wants to participate in their Power Disc game, which is that game that they made up themselves. We found out in the last episode. But Korra kind of reveals that she can't metal bend. I mean, we've never really had a metal bending avatar.
Like, I'm like, because, like, I think, and then Sue brings up the point, like, my sister didn't offer to teach you?
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm like, look, Korra's been busy. She had to fight some Equalists. She had to save the world from spirits. She had to not close some spirit portals. Which, by the way...
They're still open.
No, they're still open, but, like, we haven't really touched on it.
Not really. So.
Okay.
But, yeah, so, you know, Suyin's pretty surprised. And she's like... Suyin says, Lin probably wouldn't have been a good teacher anyway.
That might be true.
And then she offers to teach Korra metal bending. And then...
Hey, remember the last time somebody offered to teach her a different kind of bending?
That took me a second. I was like, what kind of bending are we talking about here? It's all look fancy. Yeah, that was funny. But then Opal says, hey, Bolin, you wanna learn metal too? Like, it'll be fun. And then he's like, nah.
Yes, he does.
Nah, he's like, I'm more of an earth guy. He's like, I like dirt. Don't we all?
He wants to learn how to metal bend so much.
And it's deep inside of him. Mm-hmm. And so breakfast is kind of interrupted by Varric walking in with a giant magnetic suit, which kind of destroys the whole setup because everything is made of metal. So whatever's going on with magnets, that's who knows.
Made his Iron Man suit and it attracts magnets.
Yeah. And so we see Lin again, and she is kind of pissy, and Aiwei kind of, you know, says like, hey, you don't have to like be worried about like, this is the safest city. Like, you can like relax, like calm down. But Lin is like super stressed out about everything. And so Aiwei says like, why don't you just go see my acupuncturist? Why don't you just get stabbed with some needles?
Because that always works.
So back in Republic City, this is after Zaheer kind of pulled his stunt at Air Temple Island. He's still in Republic City, and they have to find a way to get out. The rest of the awesome gang is there.
Yay!
And they say, like, hey, like, there's cops all around here. How the hell are we going to get out of the city? Gazan reveals that their original plan was to attack President Raiko. So they wanted to take out the president.
Yeah.
But now they're not really in the position to do so. And Zaheer is, kind of more focused on something else.
But then this is where I spent half of the commentary trying to figure out all their names.
Yeah. Dara's doing so well. She's trying to remember all the names.
Awesome. Minghua.
Yes.
Pali.
Yes.
And Gaz. I'm gonna say Gaz now, but that's not it. Gaz. Something with a G.
Yeah.
Gaz.
You're correct.
Gazo.
Gonzo the lava bender.
Look, I got 3 out of 4.
Gazan.
Zaheer.
Gazan's the hardest, I think.
Gazan, Zaheer, Minghua, Pali.
You're so good. Good job.
Well, gotta get the Awesome Gang's name right.
You're doing so good. In order to try to get out of the city undetected, they kind of ambush a truck driver, and they try to get him to smuggle them out of the city.
With an ice knife.
Yeah, she uses an ice knife because, she's scary. She's scary, but she's so good.
I love them.
So good.
I love them all.
So Lynn heads to the acupuncturist. I don't know what I was trying to say there.
Don't worry about it.
Lynn heads to the acupuncturist, and so what he tries to do is balance her chi with some needles. And
she's like, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, and so she's not really kind of buying it. But he kind of warns Lynn that, hey, you might be experiencing some repressed memories right now. Just be aware. And then, just as we get that warning, we get
flashback.
A flashback.
Da-na-na-na.
So this is 30 years ago.
Yeah. I feel like with the flashbacks, I think I was thinking because we get the whole backstory, and I'm like, that's it was kind of dumb, but I think if you actually look at it for a character development thing, it works.
It does, yeah.
Continue.
I think it does work.
We'll talk about that later.
So 30 years ago, we see Su-Yin is hanging out with some suspicious looking boys.
She's being a bitchy teen.
She's being the punk teenager, basically. She's 16 here. And
who wasn't like that when they were 16?
And these boys are members of the Terror Triad, which is one of the gangs in Republic City.
So many gangs.
A ton of gangs in Republic City. Oh, the Terra. Not Terror. Did I say Terror or Terra?
I think it's a Terror.
Terra, like Earth. Some Earth folk. So, and then Lynn, who is currently she's a police officer in this flashback, because she's been a police officer for so long. And she goes in, she yells at her sister because she's like, hey, you're skipping school, and why are you hanging out with these losers? And she sees a bag of suspicious items, which is jewelry and stuff, not drugs. I said suspicious items, and I'm like, it sounds like there was drugs in the bag. There were no drugs in the bag. This was a kid show. Thank you.
There might have been drugs in the bag. We didn't see them.
Lynn is basically like, so you're wasting your potential. Stop being a tarot person. And Sue is like, don't tell me what to do. Bye. So back in the present, Sue starts training Korra in metal bending, and
basically bending shapes.
But before Korra can really start metal bending, Bolin kind of interrupts because he's spying in on them
because he wants to learn how to metal bend.
He reveals that he kind of does want to metal bend a little bit, and Su-Yin offers to train him. But Bolin remarks that only 1 in 100 earthbenders can metal bend. So metal bending isn't something that every earthbender can learn how to do. It kind of takes a special kind of earthbender to do it.
Can you now learn how to do it?
I think you have to
because it seems like there's more metal benders now than there was.
Well, it's because I don't think they knew how to do it before. But even those who are capable of doing it, there's not a ton.
Okay, I feel like it's something
it's hard.
I know, I get that.
Yeah. Hey, not everyone can do it, and that's okay. He's like, hey, that doesn't necessarily have to be true. If you try really hard, I bet you could do it. Korra manages to
metal bend a bit.
Metal bend some metal. And she becomes the first metal bending avatar.
Hooray!
And Bolin is kind of sad that it took her a really short time to figure it out. So we're kind of back in flashback mode here. So we are on a chase scene Just Suyin is doing her cop thing, driving a car, and then they get note of like a robbery that happened. So Lin goes to chase them down. She manages to stop the car, but it turns out there's some familiar faces driving this getaway vehicle.
Yes.
So first we see the two guys who pop out who look a little familiar, and then we see Suyin, who is part of this whole operation.
Well, she's the getaway driver.
She's the getaway driver. But she remarks like, what are you going to do, arrest me? Which is exactly what Lin does, because Lin plays it by the books.
Well, she should be arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
however,
Lin kind of grabs her with one of the cables, and Suyin, kind of pissed off, cuts the cable and it rebounds, or what's the word I'm looking for? Recoils.
Yeah,
but recoils back, and it hits Lin in the face, giving her some familiar scars.
Da-na-na-na.
We figured out the mystery of the scars on Lin's face, even though nobody was really asking about it.
We weren't, actually.
No, but it's good to know.
I was kind of like, look, like she's a police chief. She probably got hurt on the job.
Yeah. So this memory causes Lin to kind of have a gut reaction. So she kind of wakes up and like just bends all the needles to like the wall, and doesn't kill anyone in the process, which is really great.
Thank God.
But the acupuncturist is like, hey, don't leave because it's not done yet, and it's gonna heck you up. You're gonna get all kinds of messed up by leaving right now. And so we see Lin's kind of really out of it and kind of almost hallucinates that Korra is a young Suyin. Mm-hmm. And after Korra is like, hey, you should apologize to your niece because she was only trying to be nice and you were a total bitch.
Yes, she was. And yes, she should apologize.
But Lin just kind of waves her off and then goes back to finish acupuncture because she's like, oh yeah, it did kind of heck me up. I should probably finish that. So then we kind of get, so this is where the rest of that flashback. That flashback I just talked about was split into two parts. My B guys. But you guys know, you get it.
Yeah.
You get it. So back in Republic City, this truck driver is not a good liar. He's a terrible liar.
He's a shit liar.
And so he's trying to leave the city. He's like, oh, I just gotta do a delivery pickup thing. And, the guards aren't buying it, so they ask him to get out.
He bolts.
He runs for it. And then the awesome gang has to kind of do a quick move and kind of get away. So.
And then Minghua drives with her water arms.
She drives with her water arms and then blows some cars up with her brain. Gazan turns part of the road into lava and they get out. A part of me is like, oh no, it's the bad guys. But another part of me is like, yes! Go, get away! You got this. This is so cool to watch.
I'm gonna be so sad when they die. So sad. Like the kids show, like they have to be defeated.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's different ways you can be defeated, though.
I know.
You don't have to just, like, die.
I feel like they probably die. Just like they were in jail for so long and then they escape. I feel like that's like the next logical step.
Once you get out of jail, you have to die. So, back in Zaofu, Bolin kind of sees some of that metal. I think it's a meteorite. So he starts trying to bend it. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't really work.
No.
And then Opal interrupts. And
she's like, hi.
And Bolin kind of tries to play it off. And Bolin reveals that he's always kind of wanted to metal bend because he really looks up to Toph, because Toph's basically his hero. And I'm like, she's my hero too.
I don't know.
All the Beifong ladies.
I think Katara's my hero just because I feel like I'm more like Katara.
Katara's such a badass. God. All of them. Wonderful ladies. Anyway, so Opal is like, hey, it's not that big a deal. And then Bolin's like, hey, but you want to go to Northern Air Temple, but you're not. And then she's like, yeah. She's like, she wants to go, but she doesn't want to go at the same time. And she's all kinds of, See, she doesn't want to disappoint her parents.
I love this.
And then they have a nice bonding moment.
I love this.
Yeah.
Because it's like what Bolin says. They're communicating. They're pointing out stuff that's kind of
they're
flawed.
Talking about their feelings.
Yeah, they're talking about stuff that's flawed with the other person, and they're not arguing. It's just a discussion. And that's what a couple is. You make each other better.
Yes.
#Bopal.
#Bopal.
I'm so happy.
So then we kind of get the final memory from this flashback sequence. This is after that whole thing at the robbery went down. They're back in the police chief's office and they're talking with Toph. We get to see Toph again.
Hooray!
I love her so much. Toph is all kinds of pissed for putting her in an impossible position. And then they keep trying to blame each other. Like, hey, this wouldn't happen if Lynn did this or this wouldn't happen.
I don't really get why she's that mad at Lynn. Like, Lynn did her job.
Yeah, but like...
She could have been maybe like less aggressive with her sister.
Yeah, but I think it's more like, if you arrest your sister, then like, we have to deal with that instead of just like letting someone else do it or like...
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird position to put in. She's not very happy with that. So Toph ends up sending Sue away to live with her parents who are in the Earth Kingdom, as we remember. And then Lynn is super pissed because she's just like, hey, like, why does she just, like, get to, you know, do whatever she wants? Like, she's not facing any kind of, like, consequences.
Well, she's being exiled, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
That's a consequence.
And
like,
then...
leaving everything that you know and, like, going to live with your grandparents you probably don't see all that often.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of a punishment.
Yeah.
That's what people did back in the olden days. Sometimes you get exiled.
Yeah, you get sent all the way to Australia.
Good times.
Good times. Good times. Toph also destroys the police report, so basically, you know, destroying any witness of it happening because Toph's the police chief.
Even though Lynn is a point, there were witnesses.
So there were. Well, Toph can't see him, so hey.
That's true.
Anyway, and so kind of that's basically where we leave that, and we can see why Lynn is kind of pissed. Lynn is kind of really pissed.
A bit. I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, and so. Lynn finishes up her acupuncture session, and then she's like, yeah, she's pissed.
So
like,
pissed.
This was not a healing experience for her. So she's like, all right, I got one thing I gotta do.
I gotta go kill my sister.
Gotta go murder my sister.
Like, who doesn't want to kill their sibling on occasion?
That's true.
Your brother listens now. I'm just gonna keep pointing that out.
What?
I said your brother listens to us now. I'm just gonna keep pointing that out.
He's not gonna listen to this episode.
How dare you?
I know. So they're back, and everyone's kind of trying to train to do metal bending. But before anything can really get going, like, Lynn comes in and she confronts Sue, and she's like, hey, we gotta talk. So Lynn is still really pissed about stuff that happened 30 years ago. Like, she's talking about that. She thinks that the event, like, cost Toph her job.
Which it kind of didn't.
Sue was like, nah, she retired. Like, it's fine.
She retired, she did it for another year, and then she retired, and she was happy, and then
Sue remarks that, like, hey, they already, like, she already talked to Toph about this, like, they already talked it all over. Lynn just didn't want to, you know, talk about it.
Yeah, honestly, it seems like if, like, Toph was there, she probably would have been like, you need to get over this.
Yeah, Toph is definitely in the camp of just get over it. It's fine.
Yeah, like, I know she screwed up big time.
Yeah.
But
it was 30 years ago. Like,
30 years ago, she's grown as a human.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, more talking.
There's more talking. And then,
the mic drops.
And then Sue, like, drops the mic and says
so hard.
She's like, it's no reason why Tenzin, like, left you. And I was like, oh
shit.
She went there. And that's when shit gets real and they start fighting.
It's a good fight.
It's a good fight, yeah, because they're both really good metal benders, and everyone's like, you know, Korra's like, should I stop them? And Bolin's like, no, you don't have siblings. Like, this is how, this is part of the healing process, which is a great line. But as the fight goes on, Opal intervenes, and she airbends kind of so they stop. And then before anything else can happen, Lynn kind of passes out. So she kind of passes out for like 16 hours. And there's a funny scene with the Team Avatar in front of the door wondering, like, hey, should we, like, do you want to knock? No, you knock. No, you knock. So Mako ends up knocking. It's like, hey, Chief. You want to come? You want to come out?
Well, like, because, like, she clearly wasn't passed out for 16 hours. I think she was awake for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Which kind of makes more sense to me because of, like, the change is kind of, like, fast. But, like, if she was in there for, like half a day, and, like, actually was, like, thinking about everything, because, like, I think Lynn, for a good amount of it, was kind of in the wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, Lynn just refuses to let go.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like she probably, like, was alone and, like, with her thoughts, and, like, that kind of makes sense to me if she changed. It doesn't seem like she's fully changing. It seems like she's still badass Lynn, but maybe a tiny bit more mellow.
Yeah, so we see Lynn emerges, and she's a little more chill with things. She's all right. She's not angry.
Nope.
Which is good. Mm-hmm. She's being cool and chill, and she and Lynn and Opal get to talk, and they kind of get to talk things out, and they have a really nice, like, aunt to niece moment.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yes.
It's really sweet. Lynn encourages Opal to train at the Northern Air Temple, and they have a little heart-to-heart about, like, Opal's really afraid of disappointing her parents. And then Lynn's like, we all disappoint our parents. Like, you just do what you want to do. And
hashtag true.
Hashtag we all disappoint our parents.
Hi, Mom. Hi,
Dad. Hi, Mom. I talk on a microphone, put it on the internet.
Hey, our parents approve of this.
Yeah. Anyway, so Opal does decide to go to talk to her parents about wanting to go train at the Northern Air Temple. And so I think Sue... there's like a nice scene here where like Sue like agrees, and they talk about, Sue says like she's like, our mom gave us too much freedom, but then maybe I gave my kids too little freedom. And she apologizes to Lynn, and talks about how her life was so different because she left Republic City. Like, she went to do some crazy things. Like, she lived with pirates. She joined a sandbender commune. She did all this crazy stuff.
She was in the circus.
So she joined the circus. That she did. So,
and then she settled down and built a city.
Yeah, like, damn, what a lady.
Oh my God, we should do that. We should just, like, travel and, like, do a bunch of random stuff, and then we'll be able to build a city.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Let's start a Kickstarter.
How much would that cost?
A lot. Anyway.
No, we build, like, a nerdy city where, like, it's, like, there are, like, we'll pick, like, all our favorite food places. We'll have, like, places where you can buy DVDs and, like, Blu-rays and televisions and comic book shops and video games. And other stuff that we like, history places, good museums.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
A good weed place.
Okay. That's really all that matters. You can put whatever you want in your city, but as long as you have a good weed place, you're fine.
We'll call it, I don't know.
Name still pending. If you have any ideas, please leave us a comment. Anyway. So it's really nice. It's really interesting to see at the end, like, they are who they are because of the things that they did, but it's all good. And
that's kind of the end of that part.
Yeah, they just reconcile and everything's good. And so we end with, we're kind of in a forest outside of Republic City, and we got the awesome gang is chilling. So, and they're trying to figure out what they're doing next. And we see Zaheer, he is meditating, and he says that he knows where the Avatar is. She's with the Middle Clan.
So apparently Zaheer is psychic?
Well, I mean, he's very spiritual.
Okay.
He knows things.
I still want to know what they wanted. Like, why did they want the Avatar? Like, in general.
It's a good
Did they want a dark Avatar? Like, to, like, train her to be a dark Avatar? But, like, I don't know. Like, that seems like not... I don't know. I'm really curious.
Yeah.
So curious. Anyway.
So that's that episode. What are your thoughts?
I really liked it. I like that we got to focus on Lynn, which we haven't actually done.
Yeah, we really haven't had a Lynn episode yet. So this was like our Lynn episode.
Yeah.
I love Lynn, so I am all for this.
Yeah, and so like with the flashbacks, like honestly, like thinking about like, oh, this is why I hate my sister, I was like if you just like take it as those flashbacks, it's a really dumb reason.
Yeah.
Because like all her sister did was be a rebellious, bitchy teenager. So all her sister did was be a teenager.
Right.
And, like, they're clearly just, like, two people who are very different. And then I guess, like, I'm not 100% okay with, like, I mean, I'm kind of okay with, like, what Toph did. But, like, you know, like, your kid's gonna screw up.
Yeah, well, this is also Toph we're talking about. And it's interesting because Toph is such a, her character in the original series is a very, like, anti-authoritarian figure. Like, she hates the rules and stuff. So it's interesting when she becomes a cop as a living. But if you kind of look back to her roots of like, screw like the rules, I think it makes sense.
Well, I find it interesting that like Toph was like, cause she was raised in a really uptight family.
Yep.
And then like, she said like, I'm not going to raise my kids like that. I'm going to give them all the freedom that they want. And I guess like Lynn, I don't know, like what's like, I guess like Lynn just like really wanted to impress like her mom because her mom's badass.
Right. Yeah, she really wanted to.
They both basically just wanted Toph's attention.
Yeah,
that's what. Not Lynn. Toph kind of. It's kind of like Toph didn't really do that.
Yeah, Sue. That's what Sue says. She's like, you know, they had like a ton of freedom, but all they really wanted was just like to get attention.
Yeah, so that's why like with the reasoning and like if you actually look at them as characters, like I'm actually okay with it because It just seems like they wanted their mom's attention and they both did it in different ways. One was trying to be exactly like her, and one was, well, not exactly like Toph, because I don't think Toph was that uptight as.
Right, but she's trying to, like, follow in the same footsteps as far as, like, being the chief of police. And then
she was kind of like, I'm just going to rebel. And, like, and, like I guess I kind of said, because, like, it's clear, like, Sue changed from the way she was as a teenager.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, she was a bitchy teenager, and then she is now cool.
Yeah, now she, like, leads Hell City and has a whole meadow clan.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? That's awesome.
And, like, she's cool with her mom.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of upset that, like, the switch with Lynn seemed kind of fast. But it does kind of seem like with the actor, like, if she was kind of going that way anyway, and she need to, like, get her anger out towards her sister, and then, like, obviously she was in there for 16 hours. She definitely wasn't past that for 16 hours. It seemed like, okay, you know what? I'm mellow. Like, I'm a bit more mellow, but I'm still the chief. Mm-hmm. I'm good at this job.
Right.
I like it. I'm going to reconcile with my sister. I'll visit her once in a while. Opal's going to come with us.
Yeah.
Hashtag Bopal.
Hashtag Bopal.
We got some awesome gang doing awesome stuff.
Gang doing awesome stuff. Yeah.
I want to learn so much more about them.
Yes.
So yeah, I think like as a two-parter, this really works.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of have to have these 2 episodes together, doing their thing. But yeah, I love the more reveal. I love like the Beifong family. Like Toph is one of my favorite characters of the original series. I love Lin. I love Suyin, just in her whole family. So just being able to explore their family and their family dynamic is really fun for me. So that's why I really enjoy these episodes. I think I said this, I was going to touch upon this earlier, but I love, and I might talk about, I'm not sure if I'll talk about, well, there's like one episode I know where I might bring this back up again.
Okay.
But that's like a whole season from now. But I love kind of Toph's, not backstory, but like the explanation of like stuff that she did like between the last series and this series. Because I went on a whole rant with this with somebody I know earlier, but we kind of get like a glimpse that like it wasn't an automatically like happily ever after with her, and she has a very like real backstory because she has 2 kids who are from 2 different fathers, and neither of them actually know who their father are.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. I think it's a very like kind of subtle touch, but it shows that like not all of Team Avatar was just like, oh, like series ended happy, everyone gets married, has kids, and that's it. So it's kind of, I guess, shows more multidimensional in that sense, if that makes sense.
I guess I just thought about it, like, how come they don't know who their fathers are? Like, I know the show mainly focuses on fathers and not mothers.
Yeah.
But, like, I still feel like if I feel like a dad should be in his kid's life if they want to be. If they didn't want to be and they were just, like, dick bags.
Yeah.
Cool, but, like, that's weird that, like, we don't ever, like, Lynn never asked, like, hey, who's my dad?
I think that's, like, briefly mentioned later on. I think that Toph just, like, didn't tell him.
She was like, honestly, I'm not that cool with that.
No. I'm
not that cool with that.
I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing as far as, like, that's the good thing to do as a person. But I really like it as far as, like, the kind of the depth it gives some of these characters.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, it shows, like, they're not perfect people.
Yeah.
But, so, like, with my thing, it's, like, if the dads did not want to be involved and they never asked, that's a whole different story. But, like, if it's not, but if, like, they asked and God dang it, Toph was kind of like, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
That's kind of not a good move.
Right. Yeah, I forget exactly.
Also, so, like, was she, like, she wasn't, like, polyamorous, right? She was just kind of, like, in a relationship, had a kid, broke up with a guy, got with another guy.
I think that's implied. I think that's
that she's not that she did it like that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not like
she was like
they really don't go into details because one, they can't go into details on the show because they can't be like, hi, I had 2 kids out of wedlock.
Well, she could have been married to them. We don't know.
You don't know, yeah. But yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things logistically. Yeah, I mean, could have in theory.
Well,
but,
like so Lynn's like about 20. Not in the flashbacks, I'm thinking.
Yeah, there's like about a 4-year difference between them.
Yeah, she could have gotten married to Lynn's father. Mm-hmm. They would have had a kid. They could have broken up like really early on.
Yeah.
Could have got married again, like within like a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then had another kid. And then they got divorced like pretty early on.
Yeah.
She may not be good with marriage, which is, some people are like that.
Yeah. But I mean, it kind of feels like,
yeah,
me, I always interpreted it as a having kids out of wedlock thing, which
kind
is
of
super interesting.
I think it also reminds me with Aang also, like the fact that like he kind of like did more trips with Tenzin, and then like these people aren't perfect people.
Yes, because they're still very real characters.
They're real people who will screw up.
Yeah.
But they're like, they might be good people, but they will screw up because they probably didn't realize that they were screwing up. Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Yeah, and even and people kind of not even like out of universe, like in universe, like idolize them, but then we find out like how real of people they are. And
I tend to idolize people more if I realize that they're real.
Mm-hmm. But it's so funny. Also, I love I love all these like who is their father's like theories that were going around.
What are the theories?
Well, they're more like jokes. Like it could be this guy, maybe it's this guy,
like it's people that we know, or
okay. Well, my favorite theory. All right, I'm gonna reveal my favorite theory. But I always So what I have to find the line here. Oh, so I don't know. So Suyin, like the way she introduces herself, she's like, "Yeah, I'm a dancer, I'm a mom, blah, blah, blah." She's like a meteorite enthusiast, and then like my mind automatically was like, "Wait, what about meteorites? What other character from the original series had something to do with a meteorite?
Which one? I don't remember.
Who had a sword from space?"
Wait, yeah.
So that was like literally when I first saw that, I was like, "Wait, this could confirm my theories."
Oh, that's weird.
It would be weird, wouldn't it?
Sokka had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not saying you have to like that theory. I'm just saying that was my theory.
It's like, I don't dislike it. It's just kind of like, I feel like it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. They never seem, no.
Really? Guys, I shipped that in the original series.
Not really.
I did. I was an avid shipper of that in the original series.
Well, Sokka was like older than everybody.
Yeah. Well, not older than everyone.
Not older than Zuko, but I meant like out of like those like core four.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, but this would have been like when they're like in their 30s and 40s, so like it wouldn't have made a fucking difference.
What if it was? Now I'm thinking like either like because like I am not okay with Sokka cheating on Suki.
Yeah. Well, who says they ever got married? It's never confirmed that they got married.
That's true.
It's never confirmed they stay together. It's not even confirmed that they had kids. We don't even know if they have kids.
I feel like that'd probably be like a one night stand thing. I don't feel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a one night stand thing, not like a relationship.
Like, yeah, like a one night stand. Like, whoops, that happened, kind of thing. All right. Guys,
oh, by the way, I had your child. No, but Sokka would be involved in his child's life.
He would. It's true.
He would be, unless like
maybe it was scandalous.
Unless Toph didn't tell him, which is also a dick move.
He was true, but he was a councilman and she was chief of police. It would have been very scandalous if it
would be. But I feel like Toph would have said something. If Toph either didn't say something. But, like, Sokka would have found some way to be involved.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not saying it's a good theory, but I'm saying it's my theory. Well, think about it.
I'm cool with if it's a one night. If it ended up being like a one night stand thing, I'm fine with that.
Hey, think about it though. Like, you know, she's got that thing with the meteorites, and I'm just saying.
So then who's Lin's father? So you think Sokka might be Sue's father?
Yeah.
I just feel like
Sue's father, not Lin's father.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be able to happen because Lin and Tenzin dated, and that would have been really weird. So it would have made them cousins anyway. So
that would have been. Wait. Oh.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna wait.
I thought you were something saying like it was like Toph and Tenzin, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense.
No. So, but anyway, because I'm just saying, I have to find like a whole. I'm sure somebody wrote a huge thing about it.
No, yeah, but like I said,
and I will send it to you
if so, then Toph would have had to say somebody else was the father, which is also a dick move because, like I said, Sokka would have been involved in if he found that he had a child.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a good theory. I'm just saying. It's my theory.
No, if that's the truth, then that means that's like a shit thing for Toph to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a shit thing.
Oh yeah. Well, she's not exactly the prime matriarch here. Anyway,
that's true.
Anyway, so
basically, the only perfect human is Katara.
Basically, we don't really get a lot of info about Katara, like. After the series about like being a parent and stuff, because mostly just hear like, hey, Aang was kind of a questionable dad.
She only almost tried to kill one person. So basically Katara was just the perfect mother.
True. Anyway, so if anybody wants to write a comic series, an official comic series about the gang.
Somebody just give us a backstory of what happened to Sokka in like the 70 years.
For the love of God.
We've been like talking about it.
We keep talking about it. If you don't want me to keep throwing out these crazy theories that I have, please, for the love of God.
Somebody write a comic about Sokka.
Or write a whole
Tell us what
about
happened. Did he marry Suki? Did they maybe get divorced? Do they have kids? Did he have a one-night stand with Toph and father her child?
Who knows? We don't know.
Was he not involved in his child's life because Toph didn't tell him?
Hey, you're jumping on board with this theory. I know you are. I see it. You're jumping on board.
Like I said, because if it's like I said, because like for some reason I first thought like the Toph and Sokka have a relationship, which I don't think would make sense. But if it was a one night, like I said, but I approve it if it was like a one night stand, like they had too much to drink or whatever, or they had too many noodles.
They had
too many noodles. They slept together. And nobody used protection. So it was I am fine with this theory if it's a one night stand, not a relationship.
Right. You know what? I'm okay with that. Anyway, so that's this episode.
Do we still want to do comment corner or do you just want to end it here?
Do we have any comments?
We had the one on the.
I'm gonna go find that.
Okay.
So it's time for comment corner.
Hooray!
And we're kind of running low on these comments, guys, because, I mean, we recorded some of these episodes pretty close together, and we're doing them all in chunks now. So like we might not hear some new comments for a little bit, and that's okay, but send them in, and we've
given you guys such good comment stuff, like Bending in the last episode, awesome gang comics, Sokka.
Oh, yeah, please tell us your Sokka theories.
On his life?
I want to read all of your Sokka theories, please, and thank you. I want to know your head.
When we put out this episode, put out a tweet saying, give us your Sokka theories.
Give us your Sokka theories.
Hashtag Sokka theories.
Oh my God, we have so many hashtags from these last couple episodes. It's gonna.
That's how you get people in, with all the hashtags.
All the hashtags, guys. We know how to social media.
Don't you love it in modern life?
So anyway, this comment comes to us from, this is a repeat commenter.
Ooh.
So this is from Anime Hunter. If you remember before, they let us know a little bit about how the romance thing is going to get a little crazy. And they just talked a little bit about the comic coming out with some info on Kiya. And I just want to let you know, Anime Hunter, that I just purchased, well, when I'm recording this, I just purchased and read Turf Wars. And I'm very excited because I saw the scene you were talking about, even though I was kind of spoiled it for you. And I was so excited because it was just really good. It was a good reveal, and it was just a good time all around. And I would love to read more comics about that specific thing.
And other stuff.
Anyway, Dara has no idea what I'm talking about.
Nope.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know. So Anime Hunter just replied us again and said, hey, Dara and Cailin, it was awesome to hear you mention my comment and on a great podcast too. Thanks.
Thanks, and you're welcome.
Thanks. We appreciate it. July 26th is the release date for your local comic book stores, and August 10th is when it will be released everywhere. This is about the comic because we weren't sure when it was released, so thank you. And it is out by the time we're recording this, and it'll be definitely out by the time this episode goes up.
Yep.
But if you guys have not... This one says, if you're lucky enough and have a local comic book store near you, you might be able to pick one up today. You know, I tried going to, I went to 3 different comic book stores in my area and none of them had it. So I'm hoping they all sold out.
Well, see, you have a comic book store near you. A couple.
The one was by my work. And
I'm trying to make you feel better about living.
Yeah, there's one in the mall right by here, but they didn't have it and I was too awkward to ask for it. Anyway.
I don't have any. I have there's one comic book store in the mall, which isn't that good.
Yeah.
But then I have a Barnes and Noble near me.
Oh, yeah.
So.
You can also buy that comic in Barnes and Noble, I think.
Also, Amazon exists.
Yeah. And also, so back to this comment. Second note is, and Dara, while I wish I can elaborate more on my statement about not knowing the half of it, this is in regards to the romance part. All I can add is there's a lot more to it, and you should pay particular attention to books 3 and 4. And I wish I could tell you what to look for. Just know that it's quite an eye-opener.
Aww.
And I know what you're talking about, and I'm sorry.
Me too.
I know what you're talking about.
Me too. Are Korra and Mako going to get back together? We already talked about this. They're not a good couple.
Yes, that's exactly what they're talking about.
Dang it!
That's exactly what they're talking about.
God damn it!
No, but anyway, Hunter, I'm looking forward to that. You know what I'm looking forward to. Anyway.
Well, right now we have Opal, and I'm fine with that right now.
Yeah.
I feel like the episode's really long.
It is very long, but that's okay. And then it says, keep up the good work, you two, and I look forward to your future podcast. Thanks, Anime Hunter.
All right.
We appreciate it. Tell your friends about us. Tell them to comment.
All your friends.
And if you don't have any friends, that's okay.
You probably have friends. You sound lovely.
You sound like a very nice
I don't know
person.
if you're a guy or a girl.
And that's okay. It doesn't matter. So that's all the time we have for this episode of First Reaction, Fan Reaction. Join us next time as we're going to continue with Book 3. So the way this season works is there's an odd number of episodes and we usually do 2 in 1. So we're just going to do episode 7 next week, which is Original Airbenders. That one is kind of standalone, and the rest of them kind of pair up. So it's going to be a little shorter, but thanks for listening anyway. We really appreciate your listenership. So anyway, if you want to find us on the interwebs, you can always look us up on Facebook at Witty Close Productions. Follow us on Twitter at Witty Close. Follow us on Patreon if you want to do that, if you want some bonus content. We are Witty Close Productions. Email us at gmail at wittyclose@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Leave us a rating and review. We would love to see it. We would love to read it on the air. And that's at Witty Close Productions. And if you're listening to this through some other strange and mystical means, find
like
us
maybe illegally, who knows?
Why would you listen to it legally? This is free.
I don't know.
This is free to listen.
Because they like you're being a bit bad.
All right, we'll emerge from the dark web and find us on YouTube. You can subscribe to us. We are Witty Close Productions. Leave us a like and comment.
We did just get to 20 subscribers, which doesn't seem like much, but we were happy about it.
We were really happy about that. We got keep those numbers coming.
We had 17 and then we jumped up to 20 in 3 days from...
Yeah. That was pretty good, guys.
Thank you so much.
It. Yeah,
we appreciate all of you, whether you listen or not, although if you subscribe, you probably listen.
Or if you're a robot, we appreciate you too.
We do.
Anyway, so thanks for watching First Reaction, Fan Reaction. I'm your host, Cailin Clothier. With me is my co-host.
You said watch. They're listening.
Listening. I do it all the time. I do this all the time. I always think you're watching us. If you just stare at your screen, that's probably really boring. So just listen to us. Just put your headphones in and have a good time. Anyway, I'm Cailin Clothier. With me is my co-host,
Dara Whitman.
Peace.
Peace.